That's my first.
No, there's no video because I was not thinking about video and nothing. Plus, I was busy beating his ass. If it is, I have no idea, and I never seen it myself. But there
Okay.
was it was recorded on his live that he never reposted.
Okay.
Damn. Wish we
Yeah,
could get
because my
that.
my second question was if you did have the video, was why didn't you post it? Because I think that if people actually
I would
saw
have
the
been
video,
posted
they would
that.
actually believe it. Because people were like, "Oh, there's no video," and this, that, and the fourth. And he was having like that narrative of like, "Oh, there was never a video. He's lying, all this other stuff." So
But on his live, the live that he was on when I walked up to him and punched him right in his damn face. You'll see me punch him in the face because his phone was right at his phone was right at his face. So you'll see my fist hit his face, and you'll hear him screaming for help. Get him off of me! Get him off me! Help me! Get him off of me! Like you'll hear me beating his ass in that live. I guarantee you.
he played that on his live though.
He was live. That's how I knew where he the fuck was at because he was across the street from my job. So I knew the building. So I got up, put my hoodie on, grabbed my car keys, and went right to go see his ass for what he said about my son. And he was live. So he still has that live. And he won't let that live ever play ever again, I guarantee you.
Yeah, I would. If I was him, I wouldn't even. I wouldn't have that see the light of day either. To be honest with you, I would be embarrassed.
I know I got the video footage in my head. I won't never forget it. It was like the most satisfying day ever to hear that dude scream and have his ass getting knocked out, laid out across the floor because he was damn near asleep. And like I said, I wasn't trying to hurt him at that point. But if I'd have knew what I knew now, I would have probably hurt him. I would have literally tried to hurt him.
Facts.
Wow.
Hold on. I want to say in the comments, Mexe, he said yesterday his son is going to be coming to live with him. See what I'm saying?
That's wow. Why would you?
Yo.
Why are you exploiting? Why would that even be a freaking thought in your head? To bring
Somebody
your
yell
child
help,
alive
please.
to talk about some.
Somebody
God,
yell
please don't
help.
let him do that.
I hope he does not. Because if you ask him some questions like, "Hey, did I do blah blah blah?"
Brought her child on live and made her child sit up there and fucking lie on. Man,
Yeah,
that's
Kim.
disgusting.
You talking about Kim?
Yeah.
You do. I need to figure some shit out because you got this help. They are in danger.
See, this is just it's so performative.
Ow.
Because now, why
Yes.
out of all times that he's going to be coming, why is he coming in a few days all of a sudden?
Hello, exactly. You already know the vibe.
And
You know
who's
what
giving them to him? Kim? I'm sorry,
Kim.
Alicia?
Alicia.
Alicia. The one that's been poking her head in and out of everybody live over here.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that.
Child. Don't even speak her name no more. We gave her too much airtime. Because it's either you gonna speak or you don't. Like I said, we heard she went over to Scholar enough for me. As far as when you trying to release a story, it's a difference. Like you trying to, spread the word out. I know what I'm trying to do with this. You know what I'm saying? I make certain moves on how I'm trying to do, but yeah, nah, that's that was your coming out story over there.
Like, you see how, like, we're, like, low-key being, like, shadow banned, though, right? Like, by talking about him.
You noticed it, yeah.
It's, like, it's like, I can't even say that it's terrifying because I'm not scared of this man at all. But I just find it so weird. Even, like, with Scala, I don't even, like, really, like, I don't like Scala like that. But, again, I don't know him personally. I just know from, like, the stuff that he said and does on the app. So I can't really be like, oh, I hate him because he's a blah, blah, blah. Because personally, he never really did anything bad to me. But at the same time, it's like, for people that is now, who is quote unquote on like this bad side of TikTok, who is like, now is like, yo, you guys have been praising this man for God knows how long. And I'm actually like, it's bad when someone like Scala is like using his powers.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
That's the stuff that's like, dude, that's like the
That's
Joker
pretty bad.
on Batman, and now all of a
Yep.
sudden, like, you know what, like it's not saying that Patrick is Batman, but you know what I mean, like it's
No, I
all
get
like
what you mean.
yeah, like
Yep.
it's like this whole entire line is now starting to blur because all these people are now starting to be merged into like this weird fuzzy line. It's like now there's no like good side or bad side of TikTok. Like that's the way that they would portray things. Like I
Mm-hmm.
speak like Aunt Karen, Patrick, all of them would be like on like this good side of Black TikTok, and then like Blaze, Polisa, Granny, Koi Bondi, like all of you guys would be like on this bad side of TikTok. But I'm like, I think that there's like a happy medium that everyone is at. Like there might be like a different spectrum. Like you guys are kind of like constellations in the sky. You know what I mean? Like you guys like the sky is just this huge vast area, but you guys are kind of, you know, you guys are still like in the same area, like low key. It's like there's really like no side. It's all kind of blurred. Everyone is doing the same thing. If one person on this side is doxing somebody, someone else on the other side is doxing somebody. If someone isn't talking about someone else's kid, someone else on the other side is talking about someone else's kid. It's like that's at least in my perspective, that's the way that I've been looking at things since everything that's been happening to me. It's like, well, you know what? Dang, Granny's not that bad. Like actually, like being in her lives and stuff like that, and like having conversations with everybody, and everything being so chill. She's not as bad as what Patrick said that she was. And like even like being in here, like I never thought
Girl,
in
we ain't
a
even gonna
million
break her up
years.
because she performative too. Because I just find it funny with her. She another one complicit in this BS. Because you cried for about a
I
good 700
agree.
months that I've been on here, okay? And then I'm talking about I'm talking about you had a whole expose on Patrick multiple times. I'm talking about you had all these receipts. He accused you of being a groomer, all this. I'm talking about Granny Coy or whatever. And I thought she was cool and stuff too. But then you lucky I got up out that room because my mama told me I would respect my elders, and I know you old, you up there. So I try not to do too much with you, but I found it funny when the tapes were released. Right, I come up in there, I'm like, oh, okay. I thought she like, yeah, I'm not gonna go and do that or whatever like that. And I'm like, I was just quiet, and all the Yamas was in there or whatever. And your live specifically interesting because they wasn't nowhere around when all this stuff, all the tea dropped, right? And then
Mm-mm.
they come to me like, well, what are you trying to do here? Take them away from their father? What if they're happy with their father? That Yamanada 14, I think that's who you was, whatever, your name on there. And I was like, be for real. I said, be for real, for real. I'm like, stop tagging me with these weird ass questions because I'm not about to engage with no weirdos that support child abusers. And then it's Granny proceeds to go on this tirade like, I'm not gonna do that because I heard that he tried to unalive himself. I don't know if it's true or not. Now you on this protect the black man thing. That's exactly what you said.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
didn't
gonna
know
be on that.
that.
I'm protecting the black man. Yeah, that's what you said. And then the following day, then I hear audio video, I guess, of the same live because I was going there because she was like, I think because I said, interesting. Well, I'm about to go to bed, which I did after that. And I heard her say something about like, well, all he did with you, because it sounded like he was about to minimize some shit that I experienced, with him disrespecting me too. But I went ahead and went out because I didn't want to hear what you had to say. And I just went ahead and blocked your ass because you're weird as hell. Because you literally went on a tirade crying and talking about how you ruined your life. And then that following day, interesting enough, after you was like, well, I'm not going to go against a black man and all this other, so all this performance shit. And then you said now you was going to retire tea time. Now you don't want to be a part of none of this. See, that's what I'm saying. And you
Yeah.
bowed out as soon as the tape came out because now all of a sudden, mind you, don't care about nobody else mental health, but because he alleged, and we've known this because I've heard about he supposedly did this last year, claiming he took 50 pills and all this other stuff. So y'all know he be doing this, but you went with the lie, and then now you
Hmm.
want to buy out the tea time. See, that's what I say. I feel like y'all all in cahoots.
Wait. Let me get this straight because I haven't watched Granny. I don't really watch her
Yeah,
anymore.
sure,
So
sure.
she, I'm guessing she came on a live and said she's bawling out because he tried to unalive himself. Is that what?
oh, you the one that's been all in that drama with I speak and all that or whatever. But again, I wasn't around to know all that or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
mind you, she was another one that said, she's been victimized by him,
Patrick.
falsely accused her of being a groomer, right? I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay. And I empathize with her because, he has no limits. He don't care if you man or woman. You allegedly tried to groom children or groom his daughter, especially.
He
He's
made
always seems
many videos about
fixated.
it.
Right. So mind you, literally, I've been on here 7.5 months, and this entire time, up until I find, ironically, when now there's audio proof of what he's done, right? So she's like, as soon as I got in there, she came down my FYP. Mind you, a couple after that, I see the Yamanators in there, and then I hear part of what she's saying, like, yeah, I heard about it. I'm just not going to play the tape, in here because I don't want to be a part of, tearing down a black man like that because, he supposedly unalived himself. I said, interesting or whatever. And no, I just said that. Yeah, I was like, so now you don't have nothing to say or something along the lines. And then the Yamanators, like whoever this 14 was, Yaminator 14 tagged me twice, like, what are you trying to do? Take them away from their father? What if he's happy with them, whatever? And I told them, be for real. Stop asking me these weird ass questions. Just say that you support child abuse and go,
Right.
like,
I
stop
really
talking
wish
to
they
me.
just say that and just get it
Yeah.
over with instead of
Yeah,
going
just
through
say
all the
it.
formalities with the
Yeah,
bullshit,
like,
man.
right. Let's just stop tap dancing around it. You just supported child abusers, and let's go with it. And so then when she said that weird remark, like, well, I'm not about to get on to, she's like, well, I'm not going to be a part of it just in case if he did try to unalive himself. Now she didn't want to be a part of that train or
Well,
whatever. I said,
already that's a whole lot. So what
right,
now,
right,
Granny? You
right.
got something
So
to say?
hold
You
on.
got
So
something
then,
to say about child abusing Patrick or not? Because
no, she retired
that
tea
whole
time after this. Needs to say.
oh,
That's all I have to say.
first of all, this
She
ain't
was
no
about to say
damn
something
tea in the
smart.
first place. This ain't no
Right,
tea.
right.
Fuck is we talking about here? Like, Granny, man. Listen, I'm
Literally
over.
the
I'm
next
over it.
day, it's one of them that came down my FYP. I guess it was in her thing after I left. She was like, well, I don't care what nobody say. Can't nobody make me say anything. I say what I
Ain't
want to
nobody got to
say.
make you say
And
anything. Your
I'm
silence
like,
is more than enough than we need to know.
right. So she was like, but I'm just not trying to be in all of this. I'm retiring, my tea time page. Girl, you had exposés damn near every day about this motherfucker. So, I just find it funny.
Oh my God.
Now
I
you
did
care
not
about his
know.
mental.
I did
Yeah.
not know about any
So
of
I ain't on
this.
it. Yes, I thought you knew, girl. Yes.
No,
So I'm
listen.
like, she's performative too. Bye. I blocked her ass after
Wow.
that. I'm like, because bitch, you did all this crying and kicking, but she already had been moving kind of funny to me. I've been watching her because she been on our indigenous side saying weird shit, about her. Like, although I know that, my family's American Indian and I got this proof or whatever, I still want to go by black and African. You don't want to like check into find any patents or be. I mean, you're just like you choose every time I've seen you talk to be willfully obtuse, and I can't deal with nobody that's what I'm saying, that's a part of the helmet head squad. I'm not dealing with none of that because you be knowing what's going on, and that's why I said y'all have this selective outrage when you want to. Now you care about his mental health, but you the one talking about you almost felt some type of way. Remember she was doing all that? She
Yeah.
felt like she almost wanted to do something to herself and all this other stuff. You were very performative and believable. I empathize with you. And then as soon as the tea dropped, as you called it, when the receipts came out, the audio came out, then you like, oh, I don't want no parts because he's a black man. I'm not going to turn down a black man.
But why is that everyone's excuse? Like, that's another thing too. Like, and I've noticed at least, I wouldn't want to say like recently, like this past week, but
Yeah.
I've been going like in and out of her lives and stuff like that. I've been noticing a lot more llamas in her page.